How's it, ladies and gents? Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Brag with Your Brand. Welcome to season 2. I'm Josh from Deed Freak Media, and today we will be discussing how your idea turned into a side hustle and how you maintain it. On a second note, just thank you to everybody for tuning in from the beginning. It's only been 10 episodes, but it's been a long time coming all the way to today. So, season 2, we're going to be chopping stuff up a little bit. We've had some new introductions, we've had a new bunch of interest. We've had people requesting to be on the podcast or to have the podcast hosted at their venues. Any of these interests you, my email address is down below. Please don't hesitate to get in contact with us and we'll see what we can do to put you on YouTube. Without further ado, let's get into it. How's it, ladies and gents? Welcome to another episode of Brag with Your Brand, where we discuss how your idea turned into a side hustle and how you maintain it. I'm joined today by two of PE's customizing manufacturers. My first time having two people in the pod seat at one time. We've also got a lekker background here with some lekker views, if we can call it that. So without further ado, to my right, I've got Mr. Spigerish Body Parts, and to his right, I've got Mr. Fourone. Everything is custom, excepting the custom that's built custom. So welcome, gents. Thank you for taking the time to take the time. Have a chat with us. Welcome.
Thanks for having us, man.
Thank you.
No problem, no problem. If you don't mind, can I just have a short introduction of who you are, what you do, where you do it, or where we can find you?
You can find me in PE. I'm Dawood, but everyone knows me as Dilo. I'm the former owner of Spigerish Body Parts, and I do aftermarket parts, quality aftermarket parts at a very reasonable price.
Beloved.
Service delivery.
Okay. Don't sell yourself short because somebody might be watching it is looking for you there, my guy. Ne?
They will find me.
Okay. Sorry. Moving along to our other famous friend there.
Mr. Alvaro, Mr. Fourone, fabricator, owner, Fourone Auto Aesthetics, specializing in custom things, one-of-one things. Specializing particularly in VW Mark 1, manufacture custom grills, daylight etching, tinting, plastic repairs, fabrication, things like that. Find us on socials, find us in the streets, in the streets, undercover in the streets still, but yeah.
We're there.
That's it.
Okay, so as the podcast goes, obviously, I invite different people here, not only to advertise their business, but to give an inspiring story to our watchers that are at home. Just for the record, I'm putting it out there. We've got 2 subscribers in Europe. I'm not even playing, I'm dead serious. So,
Lovely, man. Big ups.
I don't know.
Every little counts, man.
Yeah, no, for sure. Not something to shy away from, but very, very proud moment, you know. So I just want to ask the both of you. Obviously, I'll give you each, I don't know, maybe we should have got like a talking stick or something. Eh? HR. Guess not. Okay.
Yeah, we do.
But if you don't mind, where did it all start for you? Like it all started. Like not I got a supplier, I got a skill set for you. Where did the actual idea come from for the both of your businesses?
Sure. From my side, well, it was actually difficult for me because after school, I had my own dreams, you see, my own vision to what I want to do and all of it. And there was one subject that I didn't take note of in school because it was too much. I'm a very lazy reader. I don't like to study.
Okay.
And then as time when I finished school, I went to go study. After studying,
What did you study?
I studied digital music composition and production. That was actually my dream thing to do, you see. And then that didn't work out, but I still pursued my music career. Went on, and then priorities came in the way.
Yeah.
So then I had to step down a bit from that, and then I went quiet, and then I came back, and then I actually left that side of the world. So
you're completely done with music now?
yeah, I just listen to it,
Okay.
but I'm not completely done.
Okay.
But anyway, so I was always told that I must work and all of that, and I was looking for jobs and all, and it was never any good luck on my side, but I did find work and all of that until last year. My business I registered in 2021, and then things picked up very good in the beginning, and then I was forced to work, and then my business was lacking.
Yeah.
And then thereafter, I started working, and then working, and last year I resigned. Then I was supposed to start with a new job.
Mm.
And then that job threw me, they left me like a hot potato. They dropped me just like that. And then I was like, okay, this is an opportunity for me to start over with my business, because how I started, so technically now I'm starting with experience.
Yeah.
And that is how I escalated. And just by pushing myself to always to do great for myself, you see, and I'm proud for where I am today and what I
100%.
have achieved and all the experience I have achieved. I'm happy for that. But it's a good thing, man. It's a good challenge.
Yeah.
Because when you are taking challenges on, it means that you are destined for great destiny.
100%.
So I'm just pushing to
Keeping
my
on, keeping
business
on.
to just get bigger and better.
100%.
Yo, so you actually
Yeah, it was a build up. I think it was more of a direction that was shown to me that this is where you need to be.
you see, like the 0.5% of the South African population, I just decided one day and I woke up and I'm like, I'm gonna do this. The finance minister, you know.
So you're going to be the finance minister.
I'm just
I know.
joking,
Ian,
I'm
you need to speak off camera. That is your next step.
I'm joking, man.
Yeah.
So I've always been doing normal office type jobs throughout. And where Fourone, the idea or the conception for Fourone started was with the velocity that put.
This is the one that I know.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
The maroon one.
Yes, the maroon.
Yeah.
So it started with me looking for parts that was difficult to source locally, and me being handy. Like I've always been creative and fidgety. I call it that, and always wanting to find out how things go together. Like nothing to do with my education, formal education, or employment or career choice. So
Did you go and study anything formally after school, if you don't mind me asking?
we'll jump into that.
Okay. Sorry, my bad.
So it just started with me wanting things. And
Yeah.
when I saw that I couldn't get those particular parts and stuff, I thought, hey, let me be a broker for these type of things. You know, let me first see if I can put a certain type of supplier with a certain type of service together.
Yeah.
And then that's where it started with the radiator cards.
Okay.
I started making the radiator cards that way. So I grew and just tapped in PE, where I can get this thing, where I can get that thing, sourced nationally per se, certain small little things here,
Was it the Phantom Girls that you started with?
not for the public.
Oh, okay.
That was for person.
Okay.
What started the actual business I did was the radiator cards, because
Yes.
I saw the demand for it, and like it just jumped off from there. From there onwards, for me, it was more of, am I now going to, because at the time I decided, nah, I'm not going to do this office job anymore. I'm just going to do what I want to do. You know, what I mean? Like short. I thought of it that way in hindsight. I was like, no. Let me appreciate myself and my talents and just go for it. You live once. You know what I mean? So
Sorry, I also have to interrupt you. You love every day. You only die once, my friend.
true story.
True story.
True story.
Apologies for the interruption.
Facts.
Please
No,
proceed,
no,
sir.
it's definite facts, my bro. Yeah, so from there on, I thought, what else can I do? You know what I mean? What do I like? What do I like to? Because I like taking my car apart and I like putting it together, but I didn't have the confidence to do that for
other
anybody else.
people.
You know what I mean? And up until there was a certain point of satisfaction reached with the output of the thing that I'm doing, then I thought, no, let me extend this out. So I would play with a lot of projects privately while maybe marketing 2 or 3 services, but I'm playing with a lot of different other service technique and things like that for it. So from there it just grew and it grew and it grew, and as it grew, the vision for it changed, because I don't believe in something being truly static unless it's a Mark one. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I'm with you.
Yes. So it just changed, and even like now, like it's changing, but I'm excited for it. It's growing. Yeah.
I just want to take a moment here because you touched on something that I don't know, testifies to formal. A couple of years ago, I also had a red golf, right? And I was lucky enough to be gifted a radiator card from Mr. Fourone as well. I think at that point in time, we were just speaking on social media. We haven't actually met each other. I think we met there by O'Karen. Eh?
Yeah, maybe just so slightly. We met slightly. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, passing by type of vibe, you know. So this is a very, I don't want to say tricky, but it's a very interesting topic. As you've heard on the previous episode with Lolo made me do it, or the previous episode, apology, there's an upload in between. Please go ahead, sir. There's your refreshments. Don't forget to top your weight, yeah? They only, yeah, sorry about that. That's a really bad joke.
Yeah. Welcome, guys. DJ Kellen.
Yeah, and it has to be a red MK1 also still on top of it.
Welcome.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry, back on topic. This is a very strange way of networking and marketing that you've tapped into, right? So, the three of us, we actually speak quite often. I don't want to say regular because it's not every week thing, but when we do speak, it's a lot of agreeing and a lot of disagreeing, right? And just so you guys know, this is a postponed episode. Unfortunately, we had some logistical difficulties and we postponed it to today.
And we had time.
I didn't get injured, guys.
Yeah. Full disclaimer though, this is at own risk. No pets and no MK1s were harmed during the filming of this episode. We absolutely guarantee it. Outsurance, you can calm down. This isn't your part of the show. Let's not get into that now. Let's keep it positive. Let's keep it positive.
You were asking.
Yeah. So this is just a. I also sorry before I jump away from you. I also have my second YouTube channel, Slam City Stance channel. I actually have an episode where you. Do you remember?
I don't even know about this thing. I only know about you them promoting this brag with your brand.
I subscribed already, bro.
I think we should hit him on his hands.
I'm there.
Where's HR? Can I hit him on his hands? Is that right?
Where I never saw it.
I've got like a full
I
episode.
saw that you've been posting the videos of all the stance cars, but I never knew there was like a channel for it.
Okay. Apologies.
Actually, now I know, man.
Okay, I'll look you up for the handles, but in this episode, I want you guys maybe to just go check it out. This was a lot earlier in the career, in the journey, I think for both of us, if that's fair to say. And there you can maybe just have a quick scan. I think it was the MK1 Rabbit license plate holder, no?
Yeah, I think it was it. The license plate holder that we did for the Bucky.
Yeah, for the Bucky. So just some context you guys can go over and have a look out of interest sake. But what I was saying is the way of networking is obviously what we ask next, because the obvious question that everybody asks is, where did you start? You know, some of us have the advantage or the opportunity to take the studies and what they're doing further. Others study something, don't worry, I'm in the same boat as you, that studied one thing and does something completely different. I don't know why we went there and paid all that money.
This is life.
But life is lifing out here, you know. But this is a typical, I don't want to say rags to riches, but this is like the opposite of a storybook. Because what is the actual odds, realistically, that you would have thought you would have been sitting here today after meeting me that time ago? And it wasn't even on a business level.
Nope.
It was just for the obsession for the MK1.
Correct.
We both had red and maroon, obviously. But I mean, do you understand what I'm saying?
We met before that, actually.
They're by work.
Yes.
No, I know, no, for sure. But I mean, that's now in a different capacity. Man.
Correct.
You get what I'm saying? So, business-wise now, it's how stuff can possibly be done, because I'm gonna ask the both of you, even though I've given now a bit of a spoiler alert, how you go about with your marketing for your business. There's obviously a ton full of resources available now that were not available maybe, I would say, like in COVID time, maybe something like that. You know what I'm saying? I know from personal experience, I'll give you guys a chance to explain, but I think all three of us actually took a bit of an uppercut during the COVID time for our various business that we're running.
I can't agree with it.
You can't agree with it.
No.
Why?
Because I started just after COVID.
Myself as well.
Like 2021.
Formally.
Still COVID. Obviously, it was still COVID, but it wasn't that hectic. So there was like still movement, like a level 3, level 4.
Yes.
So
Yeah. So I'm gonna say this for the
You're
first
on your
time.
own boat there, my friend. There you
Okay, I'm on my own. But
You're in the
let
COVID boat.
me let me talk you through what happened to me, like very quickly. So obviously, you know, I was working in Johannesburg for the better part of almost a decade.
Yeah.
I moved back to PE. I get set up here. I get my own spot. I think like just over a year boom, the verdicts.
Mm.
We don't know what's going on. We don't know who, what, where. We don't know which way. At the time, I'm living in Cotswold. Right there next to the freeway, there's tall flats.
Yeah.
I can't get Wi-Fi there, bro. I'm at this point in time, I'm an IT
The
guy.
boat is then.
I don't know about
If you go
it.
up the freeway, then those flats there.
Yeah.
Okay, sure.
So I can't get no Wi-Fi connectivity there, but I'm a technology guy. So I'm not formally registered as a business. I'm not formally giving quotations out and invoices to people, but I'm scratching around at this point in time because at this point, it's like creating Facebook profiles for people. Like legit, $50 to create a Facebook profile for you. I don't even think there was WhatsApp business at that point in time.
I don't think so. I think WhatsApp business came, what, like 2021, 22?
No, man.
Yeah, man.
Before that.
Or maybe I just looked into it at that time.
Yeah, but
I'm a late bloomer.
don't know when, only Google will tell us
Yeah.
when that was. But unfortunately, we can't say a precise time when WhatsApp business started.
But now during this time, I get into lockdown and I don't have no connectivity now.
How did you survive?
I had I actually got retrenched also during COVID as well.
Yeah?
Yeah, so I'm like at home
In your own boat.
alone,
Yeah.
bro. Not like don't see anybody. Like obviously would stand in the yard and speak to the neighbors and yeah, bro. But in any case, long story short, I don't have the infrastructure or the equipment to take my business seriously now to the next level.
Yeah.
Because I don't have Wi-Fi. I would say like 85% of my business has got to do with a Wi-Fi connection, whether it's for Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Threads, X, YouTube, my Google blog, talking about the websites, my editing stuff. CapCut is like 99% online. That's the stuff, bro.
Sure. It's a lot, bro.
That's the stuff. You check. So apologies, I'm in the boat alone. But post-COVID, does this help you or does this hurt you for advertising your business now or getting the word out there?
Doesn't hurt, bro.
That helps you.
It helps me.
And for you?
I think we've got two different styles of advertising, but it helps. It helps. Like
Every little helps. It tells me.
post-COVID, I would say that social media has turned social media into consumerism, if you may.
Yeah.
Right? So now all your businesses are online. Products, if it's trending, it's moving. You know what I mean? The more likes you get, the more clients you get. So now it takes away from the fact that you don't have to call. Like, you know how old sales, they would say, you call 99 times, you fish one. You know what I mean? Now you don't need to do that. You don't need to put up a post or you don't need to put up a ad in the paper for sales or something like that. You know what I mean? So for me personally, I would say it helped me because I would put up certain ads on certain social medias. I would only allow them to run for a certain amount of time, then I take it down. Then I'd be quiet for a certain amount of time again, upload again, then take it down. So in this time of consumerism, for me, and the strategy that I use is that if you see it and you like it, people tend to save it to go back and view it again, or just to get back to that to show the friends or to share, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But now you're coming up and you're looking and it's not there anymore. You know what I mean?
Okay,
So it's got
so-
to create this demand that you've missed it.
Yeah.
Yes.
100%.
Yes. Yes. That's mine, and that's how it helped me. Because I saw after COVID what social media, it connected the world better than what we thought.
100%.
Nobody knew how connected the world actually was, even though with all the technology and everything exposed to us at that particular point in time, when it was that we would only reach out to people via technology and have those connections, interactions with technology. So I think, yeah,
Technically, we went from analog to digital.
one infection at a time.
Yeah. So times
Yeah.
times have changed.
We got a virus, isn't it?
Yeah, times have changed. Coronavirus. It got hard.
Look, what you're saying is definitely on par because I mean, during COVID now specifically, I'm talking about, there was no better time for WhatsApp statuses.
Yes.
But remember now the problem I'm telling about is that I don't have Wi-Fi at home, right? There's quite a few people and quite a few businesses that I can actually pick off the top of my head. I don't know them personally, so I won't mention them out by name. But they've actually started a YouTube channel during COVID. There's Sharon that I started with. Sharon, if you're checking us out, shout out to you. She started writing in COVID, like blogging, like a digital newspaper during COVID. So every day she would wake up and she would write something. There's at this point in time, we were both studying at Mancosa, Auckland Park.
Yes.
So she was like a co-student with me. And she used to post it just like it. So this is the time like where you had to right click in Microsoft Word, check the proper spelling, blah, blah, blah. And then obviously compare that to what's trending on social media. So the S becomes a Z, silly example.
Yes.
But she would post like every single day. I'm not gonna lie, I haven't checked her out probably in like 2 years or something like that, like work-wise now.
Yeah.
But I mean, this is like, for somebody in the digital space, this is like the perfect time. Okay, not the perfect time, but it's a good opportunity rather. If you stuck there with Wi-Fi, no interruptions,
To do something.
or to start the journey, you know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
Yeah, and I remember I think it was like the first 2 weeks, I was like, but I'm watching everybody's statuses. What is Delo doing? Where is this man? How did he get this? How did he get access to this? What types of places are open? Because this was like the way of communication during COVID.
Yeah.
So if you post a picture, I don't know, Delo likes La Fiesta. A picture of you by La Fiesta. Now I also know, like say, La Fiesta is open, bro, but you need to call or whatever the case may be. You get what I'm saying?
Oh.
The same thing with people that were doing like the surgical masks. I was doing it a while. Then I moved over to the cloth mask during COVID as well. And then obviously,
Coined it,
I won't lie, it was good. It was good. I won't say coin, but it was good. It was good. It was like baptism under fire, basically.
Yeah.
Man. Okay. Yeah.
But I think COVID unlocked a lot of skills for people. Like
Yeah.
skills that we didn't think that we were interested in. You know what I mean?
I would say your survival skill set.
No, like people started hustling. People that never baked. People that never welded. People doing projects that they never thought they would.
Yeah.
There was making paina.
You made pineapple?
I made pineapple.
Yeah.
COVID, I did it. Me and my wife and I, we actually we went to Checkers, we went and bought pineapples and then sugar and all those things and 5 liters.
Okay, don't give away the recipe, but
Yeah, man, and we did the
yeah, just now Pine comes back here with a new label now, and then we get a copyright strike or something.
People
like that.
when they stopped the sale of alcohol, the people were sad.
Yeah.
I never knew alcohol was such a serious thing.
Yeah,
But
It
hey,
was,
people might have blamed.
Yeah.
Everything was ridiculous.
you know,
prices.
for the two people that are subscribed from outside of South Africa, I have a strong suspicion that you are from South Africa and you moved abroad. If not, this is just something for you guys, or maybe outside of PE, in any way, province or city. This is just some of the survival things that was actually going on. You know what I'm saying? Because I legit got retrenched in COVID or in lockdown, and on the third day, without Wi-Fi, nobody can come out to come and set me up now with Wi-Fi. I spent something like 400 rand on data, bro.
wow.
400 rand on
Was
data.
it a
So
week or a day?
no, for the week.
Oh.
For the week. I'm a heavy user, even like now. I'm a heavy user because of all of my uploads and downloads and all those beautiful things. But I mean, just for the mere sake, like I'm saying, your survival instinct had to be stepped up
Yes.
a little bit. Your dedication to whatever it is that you could or were doing before lockdown needed to step up a little bit, because this is basically like baptism under fire, you know?
I think that logic. I know it's not humanly possible to wake up like that every day or to have that perception about things every day. But I would like to think that particular mindset, that mindset 7 days a week. You know what I mean? Not to be activated by some sort of pandemic or something like that.
Yeah.
As a person, in not necessarily only in business or whatever the case might be, but in your daily life. You know? Yeah.
No, for sure, 100%. With regards to your customer base,
Yes.
I'd like the both of you just to comment on it. How did you gather your customer base? Do you understand what I'm asking? You look a bit confused. He's angry, I'm just putting it out there.
Just rephrase your question quick.
I'm saying your customer base, the people that buy your parts
Mm-hmm.
or the people that acquire or require your services. How did it start? Does it one day like this guy needs this and this guy needs this? I know somewhere I could get it for X amount and do the whole business thing,
See,
or
with me, nah, I was actually, I don't know how to put it, but when I started my business, and then I obviously started with a business WhatsApp. So what I did was I started posting on WhatsApp, and obviously everyone knows me. But I was more focused on the people that I know, that I actually thought that would support me, but everyone was in bargaining. And I was like, wow.
when you say bargaining, break it down for us.
Like, everyone wants a better price. Then you want to tell me I can go here, I can go there. Why must you have that kind of mentality? Like, we are all trying to make something here for our families and all of it. But you just want the benefit of yourself. You don't want to see the benefit. Like, I told this man also, like, people tell you, like, yeah, I'll roll a stone out of your road again. And, bro, like, if you're telling me that, that's like you don't want to pay full price. But now, me, I'm thinking, like, if you pay full price, you're already rolling a stone out of my road. You see? So that is what people don't understand, man. Like, you're opening another door for you. So when you do come by again, or when you do refer people, your road is open with me. You see? And it's gonna be up to me if I feel like I want to give you discount. Because there's nothing to give discount.
So for me, how I got my client base is I've got an extensive history in client relations.
You actually qualified.
Like, yeah, client relations.
No, I'm not even playing around. I know for a fact you're very good at it. There was somebody actually on the podcast that gave you a shout out also.
Yeah.
Do you remember? Okay, my bad. Please proceed.
Appreciate. Yes, so my clients, how I got my clients, because it's a very niche market. I knew from the onset that this market that I'm in, it's not the everyday 5-10 item sale market. So I don't need to maybe market as hard as a guy selling general parts. You know what I mean? Because I'm targeting a specific audience.
Right.
So with that, I've built up relationships with a bunch of guys across South Africa.
Yeah.
Who are car guys. Who are stance guys, clean board guys, workshop guys that do metal fabs, or just total engineer guys. You know what I mean? So I would post something, I would look at the interactions on it, and then I would open a reply. But I don't reply. I hate to reply with pricing and stuff like that, because you can't put a price on a custom thing on the onset unless it's something standard that we offer. You know what I mean? So I would do that, and I would take their number, and then I would have a casual conversation with them. Then that would grow in them actually referring me to people.
Yeah.
The other way I would also do it is I would.
That's actually what happened with me.
Yes.
That is actually exactly what happened with me.
I would fish for clients. So I'm in a lot of groups, WhatsApp groups with lots of car people, different groups in different provinces. Yes. So I would advertise something in that particular group, maybe once or twice off. And then the people who interact with me from that particular group save their details, and then they then become my sharers. You know what I mean? So things break.
Yeah.
Things break. Like, everything can break. Relationships even break. But what's nice about people is you can always mend that relationship. You know what I mean? And you can build on that. For example, you pour me my glass is leaking. We can't change the fact that the glass is leaking, but we can change it's not. For example, we can change the perception about what to do.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Sorry.
So that's how I retain my client base. I grow my client base and things like that. Just through clear communication, trying to be transparent, open, honest. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, just red goes, eh? Second time, but at least you put the music on.
Maybe he's waiting for quotes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Obviously, not obviously, but I want you guys to tell me a little bit about the transition period for you. So you were working at the time, obviously, and you were running your business. What's the? I know, but what is the transition period like for you? So you actually, I want you to go back to the time when you were actually in work now. I don't know what you were doing there. Oh, I know, but you can decide if you want to disclose that on camera. But while you're doing this, you have to juggle him trying to tell you I need X, Y, and Z, and I'm trying to tell you I need A, B, and C.
You see, when you're in the automotive world, it's not easy to have a job and do that because you have to assist clients like face to face. See, so when I'm in work, remember I can only be on my phone like half an hour when I'm at work.
Your lunchtime now, you mean?
Yes,
Okay.
half an hour. I used to work in a factory. So it was difficult for me. Like I saw a major dip when I did my invoicing. I saw a major dip, like the invoices and like this. You see, and then it was like if you want something today, and then I can't assist you now. You're phoning me and I'm not answering, and then you go somewhere else. So how am I gonna build a client base if people is phoning me but I can't help them? You see, and that is also the reason why I left my job, because I feel that this is my dream.
Yeah.
To be my own boss,
Right.
and to not boss people around when I do get to the employee state. So I don't have to boss people around. I want to be a leader. You see, I want to be able to lead someone. So if someone comes to work for me, I won't boss them around. If they have a goal that they want to reach, I will help them reach that goal. I wouldn't make them a slave to work for me all the time. You see. So yeah.
And the actual decision, how hard was that? Because I mean,
Yeah, it was difficult. It was difficult.
Yeah.
I wasn't working at the time. I was doing Uber.
no, I mean like before. So take a step back. While you're earning a regular salary, I don't know if you're getting paid monthly or weekly, but the fact of the matter is, rain, hail, snow, flat tire, good tire, bad tire.
Payers in.
Payers in. That SMS goes off there. From that now, also a transition, because I mean, I don't know, but for me, when I got retrenched, they gave me something, right? You
Struggling with that part.
No, for sure. But I mean, how is your transition? What goes through your mind at that time, or do you want to share something you had to consider before moving into your business full time? Because as we said now, every week or every month or fortnight, whatever your pay schedule is, that SMS is there, regardless of what is going on your outside. And then the SMS is not there now anymore. Now you kind of need to go be a hunter. You need to go and hunt for the SMS
I
now.
prefer that because I feel like I appreciate it more when I achieve something.
Yeah.
You see, like when you work for something and you don't just get the thank you, but you can praise yourself also. And then when you in a workplace, all you get is like, oh, thanks, you did good today. Keep up the good work. That's all because they are benefiting from your hard work. So why can't I benefit from my own hard work? Because
Okay,
if I can buy that glass out of my own money that I have hustled, if I maybe sold 5 pins and I can buy a glass, I'm gonna feel proud because I could buy something from the 5 pins I sold.
Okay, I got you. Your side there, Mr.
So-
41?
For me, the transition was turbulent. It was very turbulent. So I used to work a solid, let's call it 9 to 5. I used to work a solid 9 to 5, like, but it was a thankless job, very, very thankless. And when I say thankless, it means that I would pull like 20-hour days. Yeah.
20-hour days, that wasn't what I'm doing now.
Yes. That's now in home at office. And so for you, like I would always, in any instance, you always put your best foot forward and you always give your best, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you have to also now come to a point in your life. This is just my personal opinion, guys. It's not financial advice, I believe. Right? So you come to a point in your life where you decide this is what I want to do and this is how I want to live my life. I don't know if everybody else goes through that, but I just clicked for me. And I was like, I told my wife, look, I mean, I can't have a wife, I'm not seeing my wife, and I can't have my family and I'm not seeing my family grow up, you know what I mean? So I'm gonna leave this job. She's like, what you gonna do? And I'm like, I'll see, maybe next year I'll go and study operations management or something to that effect, you know.
Yeah.
It was like in September, and then she's like, okay, do it. And then I just phoned in and I said, guys, I
think it's time now,
you
no?
know what I mean? Then I took a month off just to navigate, because you need to sit down and think now. It's a big decision. You need to actually think before the decision, but there I was already made a decision that my wife supports me. Once my wife stands behind me, like nothing stops me. Right. So I got her support. And I just told her, look, I like doing this. I'm gonna do this, but I'm gonna build it small brick by small brick. I don't want to build a corporation because I believe for a corporation you need different skills and you need different qualification if you want to enter it properly. You know what I mean? Right. I don't want to do that. I want to be a fabricator. The only way to be a good fabricator is you go to school and you learn there, or you play with your hands and you figure out to do it. Now I'm a very play with your hands type of guy, and then I figured it out, and then obviously I have to upskill myself every now and then in different aspects of the business where I'm now not fluent in. Let's call it that way.
Yeah.
For example, now business, managing books. Goed, like, nobody thinks that you need to maybe educate yourself on that. You know what I mean? You just think, nah, I'm going to become a hustler now. I'm going to sell this thing. 1 thou, I have 1 thou profit. It doesn't work like that.
Yeah.
I mean, there's logistics and things you need to take into it. And then also at the end of the day, you've got responsibility towards your family as a husband. So then I took it on, bit the bullet, and then every month set a goal, set objectives, hit their objectives. I would have like maybe biannual goal, and I tell him, this year, by this time, I want to build this thing. And I have him in my circle, always pushing me to do that thing. I tell my wife as well, and she's always pushing me to do that thing. So even if it slips my mind, then I've got 2 people that's always in my face, reminding me, hey, here's that goal. And when I reach that goal, then we set a new goal, because now, yes, it's always, when I do something and I'm happy with it, then I call it the best that I've done to date thus far. It's always beat by the next one.
Yeah, for sure.
So we just move with that mentality. And that's what I say, it was a little bit turbulent, because from not knowing A to B to navigating up until Z, and now starting it over to 8.1 and going 8.2. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So the growth is a little bit turbulent, but it's an exciting journey.
Yeah.
If there's anything I could say is that yes, earlier would have been perfect. And
that is actually my next question.
Keep that in your mind. Like, if you started this 5 years earlier, how far would you have been today? That should be the mindset for you to look forward to tomorrow, not to give up what you're doing today. I believe in it.
No, for sure. You already have answered now, but I'll ask him. If you could get into a time machine and go back into the past with a video of yourself to the mirror, what would you tell yourself in the past about where you are now?
Proud of myself.
No, man, you can't be proud then of now.
You mean like that?
I'm taking you back into history now. So let's say this is a week before you decide to resign or not work anymore and start your business. What would you tell yourself?
Oh, dude, it wasn't an easy decision. I wasn't working at the time, but it wasn't an easy decision to just start a business. That's one thing I can say, because you don't just wake up today and you say like, nah, I'm going to start a business today. It's not like that. It takes a lot of courage to start a business, to go actually to a company, to ask, to say like, look here, I want to be CIPC registered and I'm going to start my business. Remember, I started with nothing. I didn't start with no money. So it took a lot of guts. A lot of people can start a business when they have like a big funding, or they maybe got an inheritance or something. Yeah, that's a good thing for you. But to us that start from like scratch,
Yeah.
that's a different kind of thing, field that you're entering.
I've learned how to do this now. I don't think I've told either of you, but I can actually do the CIPC registration.
Yeah.
And I found this out by mistake.
Yeah, man. Lovely, man.
Do you want to know what actually drove me to funding to register my own business?
What?
Stop smoking cigarettes.
Yeah.
Bro, I'm telling you, you know what it is on the N1, bro. There is nothing and nobody there. It's just you and I, Paki, and she's my guy.
Hey, massacre.
I'm telling you, that is, I must say though, I'm not gonna lie, but when I stopped smoking cigarettes, this is 2019, 2020, I start realizing that lose money doesn't bother me.
Yeah.
I don't know about you, but I can have my pakiencies there, whatever the case may be, but there's a 5 rand lane, it's like, just buy one more cigarette, man. You never know what can happen here. You think of scenarios that it's not there to buy more cigarettes.
Yeah.
You check. And I just started realizing, you know what, here's an extra $20 a day now. Because I was literally that hectic. I used to smoke a pack of the quarterly a day.
Yeah, bro.
A pack of the quarterly a day. It gets hectic, you know what I'm saying? And to break that habit it's a challenge on itself, you know?
Yes.
I'm not saying I'm holier than thou. I'm sure you've seen me with the vape somewhere, somehow doing my thing. But that money, saving it up, actually led to, I was like, you know what, I've been fiddling around with the whole Facebook thing. I've been doing WhatsApp pictures and profiles, etc. The formal pictures, etc. And I just thought, you know what, let's just make it formal, man. Let's do it. Let's do it. There we go.
I say if I could go back in time and tell myself something, a younger version of myself something, I would say just believe in yourself and do it. There's no weight in this world that is heavier than the weight you put on yourself. So
Yeah.
So if you're not gonna put that weight on yourself, regardless of what tomorrow looks like,
Yeah.
you can do it. Just believe.
You know, with that, there's two things that I want to respond to you that I know you're gonna understand, and you too. I said it to you guys last week or so. The fisherman's catch in sales is always the fisherman that you ask, he caught the biggest fish. That is not just how sales are, because salespeople like to brag, you know. The second thing is that you have to be, for me, in my opinion, I don't know if you're gonna agree or disagree with me, but you have to be your own biggest critic and your own biggest fan in order to live in the moment. Like, I'll give you an example as to what I'm saying. I celebrate all my wins, maybe not publicly, but I celebrate. It doesn't matter how small. As many behind the camera can tell you, anybody that's taken a picture with me, for me, around me at one of my events will tell you, bro, there was a time when I was getting 5 people liking pictures for me, bro. I promise you. I used to celebrate at 5 likes that I'm getting. I was like 2 weeks back ago, we hit like 197 subs to the Brag with the Brand podcast. This is like in 6 weeks.
Yes.
Right? And the week before that, I hit 10,000 on TikTok. So now it's also an achievement for me. I'm very glad about it. But now I'm focusing on the podcast more than I am on TikTok, right? The challenge is now to pick up as much of it people as I can from TikTok and put them down with YouTube. But at the same time, we had a conversation with him where I asked him what school were you at and how many people were in your school.
Yes.
I went to Lawson Brown, and I think, I don't know, it's a complete wild guess. I would assume like 2,000 students there from standard 6 to matric or whatever the grade was. It grade 8 to 12, ne?
Grade 8 to 12.
So I would assume I sold out my school 5 times for my TikTok presence.
Yeah.
Formally now. This is without the shares. This is without the help that you give and we give to each other or the next one gives you. But how do you look past that achievement now and focus on this here? Because this is something that is going on and on and on. And the reason why I'm asking this specifically directed at you is that today you can have, I don't know, 10 Toyota customers. Let's just say they're looking for bonnets. Next week, those Toyota people told somebody or they showed somebody the products that they purchased from you, but they're not Toyota people anymore. How do you go about now adding value while the wheel is rolling? You're already supporting or servicing the Toyota brand. The wheel is still rolling. So this guy from Toyota here, you help Mark and Frank. Mark and Frank told their 2 friends, and this one is in a car club. Nah, this guy is your man. Don't worry, he can organize stuff for you for Toyota. But while you're servicing the friends of Mark and Frank now, you get 2 people to approach you from, I don't know, maybe 3W off the top of my head, yeah. How difficult is that to kind of keep servicing your existing client and move on to the new clientele? Because I don't know if it's the same for you, but when I get into a new episode for the podcast, I've known you guys for a while, but I still take some time to read up on it. That's just how I am. It might be something that I read off Google or Perplex. It might be something that I check out on an old video. It might be, I don't know, scrolling through one of your social media pages. But this is all forms of research, if you get what I'm saying. So how do you basically channel yourself servicing more than one brand? Because obviously you can't tell these guys now, hold on guys, thank you for your support, I appreciate it, but I need to go and learn what is going on here now, and I need to help these guys now.
Hey, you see, the thing is, man, at the end of the day, it's night. We know that. But
That's what?
That's night.
Oh,
One is one.
I'm sorry.
at the end of the day, parts is parts.
Yeah.
Because you get a variety of parts. a different vehicle. I don't sell a Toyota bonnet. I sell a VW Golf bonnet too.
No, I understand that now. I'm saying in the beginning. Or did you start off the bat? You
Yeah, I
started all of
started with everything, all the cars,
Okay.
all the manufacturers I started.
So you didn't start with a specific manufacturer. Okay.
Because when I started advertising my products, it was different cars.
Okay.
You get with VW Golf, VW Polo, and then you get Toyota Conquest, and you get Toyota Tez. The names go on.
Okay. How important was with this journey word of mouth for you as compared to advertising?
Word of mouth was strong because a lot of people know me. And then obviously one will say like, oh, ek sien Delo with the business now. I have a car park. Because with the moment I put Edgo on my WhatsApp, I was gonna actually start with JDS photo.
Yeah.
See. And then
You still didn't tell me what it means.
What?
JDS.
JD is my daughter. So it's like JD's.
Oh, okay,
see.
okay.
And then when I went to go register the business, I went to Shelf Company warehouse. And then
In Cape Road.
yes.
Okay,
And
shout out Shelf Company.
they told
Big
me-
inspiration to me.
Yeah, nah. They are a very good company. Then they told me now the name is already taken, like choose something different. I was like, yo, what am I gonna think about now?
Yeah.
I said, okay, let me go with the name that I've been coming on with for years, for my whole life. And then I was like, let's just do Spigerish body parts.
Okay.
And that is how I went into it. And that is how people saw and this guy is like selling parts now and stuff, and people started speaking about it. Because I think that is where my flop started, because I was focusing on all the people that I know on my WhatsApp. And then I started getting like different people that I don't know as customers.
Do you agree? I'm sure you must have seen this meme somewhere. I don't know if I tagged you in it or you've just seen it. I don't know. I was on my off occasion when I have time to scroll, then I saw something like a customer will become a friend quicker than a friend will become a customer.
That's actually true then. That's
I
very
don't think
true.
that's true, man.
That's true.
I just think that's a perception of a business owner, man. I don't think that's true.
Yeah, it's true, bro. Like this is my look here, this is my price.
But now, for me, what are you expecting out of a friend? And what are you expecting out of a customer?
Look
You know
here.
what I mean? Do you want to phone your customers that you accept, right? Look here, you bought mattress by me earlier. When you never spot, bring me a loaf of bread, please, man.
No, man, you're taking this thing on the wrong.
I'm not. You see, that's why I'm saying perception and context is key, man, bro. You can't just make up a statement like that and then blanket approach it to everybody.
But-
Because to me, that doesn't apply.
Yeah, because you don't see it that way.
That's why I'm saying I don't agree. And that's
Yeah.
the point of the.
But majority of the people understand why they're seeing it.
Yeah,
You see.
I can see it, but I don't agree.
But that's man, bro. This is my biggest support.
Your biggest supporter.
Yeah. Like I'm not speaking in the
Sorry
sense of-
guys, I'm just breaking in here. You guys must out on a very crucial part. So Delo was explaining how he was doing one thing and he went to another thing. And how this is what people on TikTok and all of that. When you see a viral Octo video maybe, that thing has over 1 billion views. How much money did that lady get for it? From
something that you
TikTok?
didn't even think
I
of.
think she got fired actually. Because she was a teacher, no?
Yes.
Yeah.
So now you must convert your fame into money.
Yes.
And that's, you started a business and your fame drives all of that with people that is already in your track towards your business. You understand? And that's where the intersection of your business and the connections that you have come into place. And that's how you monetize yourself. Just that's my knows about it. It's not this man. Get back.
Even though chops it's not for money.
Look here, guys. That's now in the middle of the episode. There is a whole sponsor thing, but please, if you want to sponsor our next 2 guests, 2 packets of Lay's and 2 Doritos, and maybe 2 liters of what do you smoke? I'm not really. If somebody messages me, inbox me and say, "No, look here, here's 2 liters."
Coconut water would be great actually.
Coconut water.
Why must you now be my Woolworths friend on my podcast?
This man.
My Woolworths water friend on my podcast.
Good thing I'm not your famous friend.
Hey, you're still famous, but it's fine. We move. So,
100%.
100%. one more thing I want to get into before we take a timeout is how important is your aftermarket sales service? Let me say it again. How important is aftermarket sales service to you, to a customer that has been supporting you or has just supported you, as in singular, one time? New guy, somebody that's been here for, I don't know if you guys have been operating for 20 years.
You're speaking too much now.
For me, that it's almost as important as the whole transaction, if not more important. Because to me, the transaction doesn't end when you've got the part and I've got the money. Now, a lot of people separate ways. Right. So you've got your slip and I've got my money. So you go your way, I go my way.
Right.
No, to me, it's bigger than that.
Right.
Now is the start of our journey. Now is the start of our relationship. You know what I mean? It can be a quiet one. We just check in now and then, or it can be a very responsive and active one. So, but for me, I've always not overly avail myself, but I always avail myself to a client if they do need any feedback, assistance, or anything like that with regards to our transaction, if I may call it that way. For example, I had a guy in Cape Town. You know him actually. Very, very famous friend of ours.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
no, go ahead.
yes.
Go ahead.
So he bought a Phantom grill from me, and it was during the time that I got burnt. So during that time, I would like just to be fun and cancel orders and stuff like that. I would nullify people's orders, like. And I told him, look, mate, send me a bank details, let me pay you back so that you can pay me back when I'm fit to work again, because I'm going to take the time to heal now.
Yeah.
Right. He said, no, pa, take your time. You do it when you are ready. Took the time, did it when I was ready. I was so amped when he got his grill there. But when he opened it, it was broken. And it wasn't broken where, normally we weld certain areas.
Yeah.
If it broken a weld, that's on me. I would always just pull it back and fix it. But this was now, you could see they basically just handled it the way they would handle it. Just throw it. Yes. Right. No shade whatsoever. Happened. Then he called me and I told him, look, it's not even worth it taking it up with the courier company, because end of the day, they're just going to blame. They're going to shift blame. What we do is you've mentioned that you're coming to PE. You can courier the grill down before the time. Then by the time you reach PE, it'll be ready for you and then I'll put it on for you again. No charge, no nothing whatsoever. End of the day, I wanted him to experience having his grill that he bought with the value of what he bought.
Yeah.
And then that man drove down from Cape Town with that broken grill, with one taillight in the car.
Yeah.
He won a raffle also, eh? He won a raffle. There was one taillight and they took that chance and he drove down to Cape Town. So to me, that just signified that, or just brought everything together, that how you treat people, end of the day comes full circle to you, because this whole guy, Denzel used to drive from Cape Town to here with the low car first and foremost, right?
Yeah.
Now imagine with the Phantom grill on.
Yeah.
With one taillight.
Right.
Hulle gou kar vat.
Yeah.
Especially the Kaapse metros.
Yeah.
Hulle hou kar
They
vat.
don't play that.
So it shows.
I would assume it's a nice feeling for you, because I mean, I've also been speaking to you for like a couple of years, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know, not like 10 years, I'm not, maybe like 2 years or 3 years, but also like you said, on and off. This guy's face lit up when he had that girl. Do you know that? Because this is also like why I asked you guys about the word of mouth and the advertising and things, because the first thing he asked me, I don't know if he asked you the exact same thing, but he asked me if I know you. And you know me, obviously. Thank you. Obviously.
No carbs.
Yeah, don't forget to tip your waiters, guys. I'm not going to tell you it's a guy name. Speaking of you.
Yeah?
On some serious things now, I made a joke. I was like, nah, bro, who's it?
Yeah.
And it's like, the guy with the girls. I was like, of course I know him. What's happening now? No, checking the legitimacy or whatever the case may be. What is your out of town behavior like? Because it's been coming for a couple of times now where the online scamming is like really getting intense.
Yes.
When I say really getting intense, there's some, I don't know, dark web, learn how to take people's money. They just enter the card details, school that I'm not aware of, but it's intense, bro. Because somebody called me last week and they were looking for something that was at the post office. You know the North End post office?
Yes.
The address was the North End post office. So I was like, maybe it's, I know there's that body shop on the opposite side. That dude is very good. I can't get your name now, but he's good at what he does. That workshop there.
Right.
I'm thinking it's there. Then on my way home, I drove past and I was like, but this is the post office address. So I stopped and I was like, I sent him a picture. He's like, yeah, but it's a post office. So I'm like, yeah, but didn't you Google anything or, ask anybody else in the city? And he said, no, he didn't. So unfortunately, very bad experience for him. But what's it like for you?
So for me, it's difficult. It's a challenge, right? Because the guys with malicious intent on the internet to scam people, they make it really hard. But on the flip side, also they make it really easy. If you think about it this way, scammers are inconsistent. If you look at the products and the things that they would sell.
You mean they take one now and then they have to take a break to kind of maintain the cover or what?
Let's say we're selling you a wheel, right? The scammer has a limited amount of pictures.
Yeah.
So he's inconsistent in his ability to send more pictures or to call you a video call with a particular item. You know what I mean? So he's inconsistent in that aspect.
Yeah.
And then how that makes it easy for us is like when you mentioned word of mouth. Fortunately, I've been blessed to have good people around me who are always speaking positively about me.
Yeah.
And I think that stems from something, I don't know where I heard it, I don't know where I heard it, what, probably in a rap song, but the first lesson to business is integrity. And I try to stick to that as much as we can, right? Nobody's perfect. People make mistakes here and there. Sometimes it's a communication thing, but whatever the case might be. But if your intent is pure, then obviously your output and your perception, people are going to have a better perception of you. And for me, I can only say that people have been speaking positively of me.
Right.
And I appreciate that. And I receive all of that feedback. Yes, there is snides and smirks and stuff, but you don't pay attention to that, man. You know what I mean? You focus on what is positive, what is actually constructive for you, what you can use, and you move forward with that. But for me, it's been good. While the online scamming thing makes it easier for me, is that those people speak about. Like, in almost every city in South Africa, if somebody needs something like how they cross-reference to you, I can cross-reference with somebody in Johannesburg if I want them to check something out for me, the legitimacy of a part or something like that. Now that happens a lot with people in that areas, and I'm fortunate enough to have networked my way into those particular circles so that when my name is mentioned, in the legitimacy does pop. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. Anything you want to comment there? Can I have some of your chips if you don't mind?
Go for it. And on that bombshell, let's take a break.
Just before we go to a break, just one more thing there.
You guys must put adverts in them.
We do have adverts. Calm down.
I must actually make a commercial.
Do you want to make a commercial?
I'm on the album.
Maybe. Just one more thing before we're gonna go to the commercial break is that you saying the word of mouth is very important. Obviously, I would assume do more couriering than you would do on a day-to-day basis.
I do more couriering.
Yeah.
Yes.
Am I right?
No, between the two of us, who couriers more? No, I do more couriering.
Yeah. So with that being said, how important is it for you to actually have a CV? When I say a CV, something, some place, someone that can showcase your work or your services for you. Because even though the scammers are getting increasingly good, aggressive, and they make you feel comfortable very, very fast, that's the one thing they lack. It's like a CV. You can go and check out, I worked on Jaco, Pietie, Frikkie, John, Paul, Peter, whatever the case may be. How important is it for you to have a showcase or a CV or a brag with your brand file? You see what I done here with the wordplay?
Love it. It's very important for me if you're in the type of business that Kaden is in. For example, if you're in the Dawood, my apologies, Maf, Askis, Lord. Right. So if you're going for more clients and more reach and more, then I would think that your CV can be your online platforms. Every day you can upload perhaps the same content on those different platforms or outlets, and you build it over time like that. That way, the person who is now approaching your business doesn't only have one outlook to it. They've got multiple platforms that should make it easier for them to say, okay, this if I look at a business that has a website, that has a Insta, that has a TikTok, that has a Facebook, and I see maybe this business posted this T-shirt on all of those things, then for me it's 80% legitimate already. You know what I mean?
No, my guy.
I know, no, I mean in terms of fiscal proof.
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
it's legitimate. You know
So
what I mean? So now there has to be
There's a checklist, basically, is
Yes.
what you're saying.
Yes, there has to be an entity behind it. So now the interaction starts most now. You know what I mean? So based on that interaction, also scammers can't spell all the time, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're kind of like not that guy in that department.
It goes this way. You sound corporate, but the English goes this way. You know, not judging, but if you're gonna scam me, scam him in like a word, man.
Yeah.
Conceptualize of each.
Put the truth out there.
Yeah, right. So, yeah, man, there's inconsistencies, like I said, in their patterns and stuff like that. So if you have a CV with your things over and your word of mouth, there's a lot of things in that CV that can now attribute to your validity as a provider, I'd assume. Yeah.
Anything from your side?
What was the question again?
How important is it to have a CV, whether it be digital or on a platform, to showcase either what it is that you do, what you sell, or clients that you have made smile?
What made my customers smile?
No, I'm saying how important is it for you and your business to showcase a CV, whether it be an actual CV of what you sell.
Like a catalog.
I'm talking about now of achievement, so not something that you're offering to somebody to buy. So this is me and him bought a set of, I don't know, hubcaps each or mud flaps. I bought hubcaps, he bought mud flaps, and for some reason or somehow you want to show, I don't know, you asked us to rate your business on Google, or you asked him to rate you on Facebook Marketplace, or maybe you have a Gumtree profile. Does Gumtree still exist? Gumtree still exists.
Yeah, OLX is not there anymore.
Yeah, I know. It's just in South Africa though. You can still Google it out of South Africa. I
Like
think
OLX?
yeah.
Oh, no, I never knew. I don't focus on OLX. Because Facebook Marketplace is the place to go now.
Maybe
That's
for
where
you.
everyone goes. You go into Facebook, you go to Marketplace.
You advertise on Marketplace
Marketplace,
every day, weekly,
not
bi-weekly.
every day. All depends what I always have that I can
So
put.
that would be his body of proof, basically. How his post is running on Marketplace.
Yeah, Marketplace and Instagram, Facebook, TikTok now recently. Follow me on TikTok at Spigerish Auto, not me, the business. And then there you can see that is also a receipt. Facebook Marketplace, Facebook page, Spigerish Body Parts, Instagram, Spigerish Body Parts, WhatsApp, you'll find there on Instagram, Facebook, you'll find the number there. So there you can, you'll see there, like there's people that commented, thank you for this and for that. So yeah, people can reflect on that to see like, okay, this guy is.
I wanna ask you a personal question though, just before we go to a break. Last one, I promise.
Yeah.
Do you remember the conversation we had about TikTok last year?
Yes.
How's it going for you? If you don't mind, tell us what it's about.
You're not the only person. So it was Shoutout Josh EA. It was Josh telling me.
Hy staan ouder as weer sit in the tata, but we're gonna get it.
Hey,
EA Auto, we coming for you.
Josh?
We coming for you. We coming for you.
He
Yeah.
was telling me, go to TikTok. Sharif was on my neck as well from MMG. Shout out Malin Malhira.
So, Riff is also got a YouTube channel, ne?
Yes.
I've seen him making some moves. Well, bro, well.
Slam Shack, I think it's Slam Shack or something like that. Shack
I
Slam.
didn't see the name. I just.
Something to do with the Shack and
King of Slam and your fitment word function.
Yes. So Riffy was quite a few guys, man. Everybody was telling me, hey, go to TikTok, go to TikTok, upload your work on TikTok now. At that particular point in time, I wasn't ready to share as much as I'm open to share now because of where I was in my personal life and also my business journey with Fourone, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like I was telling you at the particular time, I don't want to overexpose and then not be able to deal with the demand by myself, right? But now it's going good. I don't use TikTok for likes. I don't use TikTok for sometimes for sales, but what I use it for is analytics. I use it to get feedback. I would look at what videos I put out and which ones have the most reach and interaction and stuff like that, and then I would focus more on that product or service or to that effect. So it's going good. TikTok is going alright. It's going alright. And if you're asking about the CV, tell what he was asking was, how does your CV look like?
CV.
Yes.
South Africa.
We're looking at the first Phantom on the microbus in South Africa.
It's coming up. Spoiler alert.
Yeah.
Caravel on the City Golf.
You see what I mean? What's that? Piranha Luvo on a polo?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of the polo. Yo.
Yeah.
Piranha Luvo.
Yay.
Fabricated from this guy.
Yay. We talk second half, guys.
Yeah. We'll be back after the break. Speak soon. Welcome back to the podcast. We had a bit of a offset discussion here. I just want to take a moment to reintroduce Mr. Petrus here and his fantastic footwear. If you don't mind this, sir, you don't want to... Is he in the lens there? Can we check it out?
You don't want to relax on the table?
No, he's a boss, but not that kind of boss yet.
Good. Comfortability over everything.
Oh.
Always.
Okay.
Always.
So the reason why I'm bringing this up is my next question is going to be about attire and your working space.
Yes.
Right? But before we go on to that, give a shout out to wherever it is you got your slippers, because I mean, what a fashion statement for today, boss.
Thank you, Willis.
I think you got the drip of the day.
Thank you, Willis.
Thank you, Woolies.
Thank you, Willis.
Okay, so you do the Woolies drip and he does the Woolies water.
That's my style.
Water. My bad.
Guys, we PE, we the Northerns, it's water.
Water, yeah.
It's water.
That's water. Without further ado, so obviously you guys both are doing work with your hands. Ne? Whether you're picking up stuff. Okay, and your brains too. But I mean, you're picking stuff up, you up and downing with it, etc. What is the average uniform for you? When I say uniform, I'm gonna dive a bit deeper, but I just want to know, what are you actually comfortable in working? Do you gooi overalls? You have an old pair of jeans that you're stitching every house or whatever it is?
Oh, Kanye West here, pal.
Yeah.
All the time.
Mix
Kanye
and
West
match.
here. Kanye West all the time. Standard Chuck Taylors or grasshoppers, footwear. Standard old tracksuit
Where can I
pants.
get a pair of grasshoppers from?
Hey, but I got it wrong, but I got
Shoe
my-
city.
yeah. Somewhere in Grenadiers, bro.
Shoe
I got
city,
somewhere
bro.
in Grenadiers.
Shoe city.
Yeah.
I want to
But-
check for a pair of grasshoppers.
Like an old jeans or tracksuit pants.
Yeah.
I've got overall pants as
Yeah.
well. And that's it. Just PPE, gloves, stuff
Yeah,
like that.
he always gonna have
Yeah.
PPE. See, like the glasses and
Yeah.
he always wears blue overall.
Yeah.
jacket. Yeah, but me, I am happy with Crocs. Crocs every day.
You are right with it.
Crocs every
So
day. As
before-
long as I'm comfortable.
Okay, cool. So before I go into the uniform part, I just want you to give me your opinion or your response to being an owner business. You're the owner, you're the operator, and you're the worker. You obviously do your own deliveries or you send it out via courier. How difficult is it to manage? Because obviously there's an aspect where if you had your day job, you'd get sick days, you get leave days. But now obviously you being the only person that is there to actually be etching, or the only person to be plastic welding or fabricating, or to take orders, to deliver, to send in your invoices and follow the rest of the sales process. Tell me a little bit about that.
So the most difficult thing that I found was boundaries. And
Boundaries.
Yes. And
Uh-huh.
with boundaries, it allows you the time to plan your day.
Okay.
So at first, we wouldn't have necessarily a lot of boundaries. Like you would be on your phone. You know, once you're starting up this thing, you're looking for constant feedback and constant interaction, all the stuff. So you're on your phone at night. You're overthinking at night. You're not actually planning what you're going to do tomorrow. You're just overthinking everything.
Yeah.
You're just consuming everything. You engulfed in this. So I figured personally for me is after 5 o'clock, I'm not on my phone. I'm really not on my phone. Like if you need to get hold of me, I've got a different number that you can get hold of me. Like if it's urgent, he knows he must phone that number. Don't
So what number do I have?
both.
Okay, I don't know. I'll look.
I'll give you a ring from the other one so you can see.
Is it the other number that I? Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I've also got the other number. I'll give you my other number. I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
Got another number. Both of you all have that number.
Hey, actually.
But once you've established your boundaries, you can now think clearly and you can actually set out your day in what you want to achieve for the next day. You know what I mean? Because you know what time you need to stop now. And when you know when's your cut-off time, you're gonna make a plan to put everything within that cut-off time.
Yeah.
Now, what also helps is like a categorization of what type of work are you going to be doing today.
Yeah.
Might not be the same for us too, but for me, it would be either today, am I working on taillights, or am I working on grill, or am I working on headlights, or am I working on louvers, or what am I working on? You know what I mean? So I would plan it out and say, okay, tomorrow, for example, I'm working on louvers. What do I need for the louvers? All these type of things. And then I set myself timely goals to say I need to get this particular thing by that particular time. And then between that, my communicative time is normally my lunchtime when I'm forced to sit down and eat because
So you actually still take lunch?
it's my wife's rule. I expect my wife too much to not look after myself like that. So
No, I understand.
Make sure.
I understand you obviously need to eat, but I'm saying like you in your schedule for the day.
Yes.
Regardless of what you're doing, you have, I don't know, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, hour for your
Yes.
lunchtime.
Yes, I believe that as hard as you work, you should rest as hard as well, so that you can come back, especially in my line of work.
Say that again. Just go back.
As hard as you work, you need to rest well. You need to rest as hard.
Okay, fair enough.
Because you need to. I can be doing something and I might not see that I'm a millimeter, 2 millimeters out. Now it looks a little crooked. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whereby now I walk away, I go have a sandwich, I have some water or tea. I come back with a fresh view and say, okay, I see it's a little skew. You know, I can adjust it now. Instead of just looking at it the whole time. You need to step away, you need to breathe. Also for me, it's very important because I am most of the time in toxic environments. Call it that way. Like I'm working with molten plastics. It has
okay.
and stuff like that. I'm working with plastics that's being shaved off, like very, very small. You can inhale it and go sit on. So PPE, all these things. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's also a good thing to take a break, to walk away, stretch the body because I'm very stationary for a lot of the time. Get away and then that way also you get mental time and then you can also then check yourself to see in line with what I planned for the day, how far am I to my goals, am I gonna make it? Do I need to communicate with this person to say, hey, listen, I need another day or this. So that's for me. That's my management and about it. I think he just wakes up in the morning, looks at his WhatsApp, and then he WhatsApps me and that's it.
That's how we put it. Good morning in the morning.
Okay. What I was saying about attire or uniform per se, right? I'm sure everybody that's watching us now, if you haven't noticed, we're all wearing something that is representing our brand. So if you look at Mr. Fourone over there, he's got his logo over on his chest. We've got Mr. Spigerish body parts here.
And look whose logo I have on.
Double trouble. Wow, that's quite. This is completely unrelated, but he also sponsored my what was it for? The sweater range. One of my events. I can't remember exactly which event for the sweater design.
Yes, the t-shirt that I bought from him. The brown one.
You didn't buy it.
I bought it from him. Not the blue one. The brown one.
You paid for the sweater.
Yes.
You didn't buy it from me.
Technically, yeah. I paid
Okay.
for it.
We collaborated for an event for mixed martial arts. Mixed masala and kas. Over here, I've got one of my first logos, if I can put it that way.
Yes.
But how important is it, along with all the good things that we've just browsed over? So, education or a background or an obsession is very important because this is what drives you to actually start. once you get into it, keeping up with all the, I believe the word used was trends.
Yeah.
You need to keep up with all these trends, etc. How important, and obviously you market your service or your products that you're selling. You store it in a safe place to have a CV so that people can actually see this guy isn't a scammer.
Yeah.
For one service, Josh with a radiator card on red.
Yeah.
Spigerish body parts,
Mud flips.
mud flaps and wipers. How important is it, or how important is the attire and the uniform for you? So this is not what you're working in. This is what you walk around in. So when people see your logo, they don't only see you as in see your face, but they actually see the service that you provide or the gap that you close on their behalf. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So this is like somebody asked me about this last weekend, if I'm not mistaken. They asked me, bro, what's up with you now? I don't see you wearing other clothes.
Yes.
So at the moment, I've got like a variety of sweaters and stuff. I still need to get, I don't have for Slam City Stance Journal as yet. But I need to obviously get something to wear for that. And I told him, like, if you don't wear something that will remind people about your brand or about what you do or where you do it, how to get in contact with you, it's a little bit difficult for people to take you serious. If you mentioned off camera now speaking about the shoes.
Yeah.
If you go to that mall, to Green Acres Mall, you check what's happening outside, you see people from Clicks walking to or from the taxi rank. You see people from ShopRite standing outside, smoking cigarettes or whatever it is. On the opposite side, there's that. You see there with the buses.
Yeah.
That seems to be the chill spot for spa. I don't know what's so cool there, but in any case,
Right,
that is their thing, you know?
Oh, yeah.
So it's like you see the people from these brands, nothing but love for all of you. If you're one of those people laying in the grass or smoking cigarettes, believe me, we've all been there. There's nothing wrong. I'm just saying, bro. I know a couple of people at work. I don't want to be those people now. Like, Excel, what's up with you on the podcast? But how important is this for you guys for a visual representation so that people can actually tie a logo or tie a picture or tie a service back to you?
Mine is very, very fine in between because I don't believe in oversaturation. But I get it that it's very important to remain constant and visible so that you can remain competitive, especially in this day and age where there's a lot of other businesses and stuff like that. But for me personally, and this is just me, my personal preference. Like,
Your 5 cents.
yes, I don't like overexposure. I honestly don't like it because I feel that it's not necessarily what I would have wanted my business to become. I don't envision for one to ever be like a corporation type business. No, I think we all have an idea of when we start something what the end product would be.
Sorry.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So the end goal would be for one to be based on exclusivity.
Okay.
Yes. So mine, I usually I don't do a lot of stickers. I think there's a limited amount, under 50 stickers from fruition up until now that I've given out, like T-shirts as well. Limited amount that I've
I
given.
got a T-shirt, by the way.
Yeah,
Do you remember the TikTok I made last year? I think it's still blowing, eh?
With this
Yeah,
one,
with the same hey.
with the blindsman on it.
Yeah.
Yes, and I tend to believe that I've created enough awareness with this particular thing so that it can be associated with me not only through my logo but through my aesthetic. I think it's also important that if you've got a brand, you need to have a certain particular aesthetic to match with your brand. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you have Kellogg's with their vibrancy and their freshness for that particular thing. So mine is a black and white type thing. You know what I mean? So they already see black and white thing and they're thinking already, it's for one thing. It could be the sky, it couldn't be the sky. You know what I mean? So for me, anonymous, I like that thing. Like even my face, up until today, a lot of people when they meet me and they're like, oh, it's you, and then I'm like, yes, it's me.
Yeah, it's like even for me, bro. Oh, it's you. Yes.
It's only me. It's only for me. Yeah.
How about your side?
Repeat again.
I'm asking for your uniform tied with a logo. How important is it for you for the visual representation?
When you look at me, you see the word Spigerish.
Mm.
That's how everyone knows me. See? Because if your car is damaged, what are you gonna do to make your car Spigerish?
Mm. You call Spigerish
You
to
call
make it
Spigerish.
Spigerish.
Spigerish body parts.
Okay. How's
Not
that
human
for marketing scheme?
trafficking.
Nice. Okay. I think we've had a little bit, well, not a little bit. I think we've had enough of the two serious questions. So what we're gonna do right about now is I'm gonna ask you a question and I want you to pop with the answer. So the first thing that comes into your head, please try and make it not too crazy, but I'm gonna ask you a simple question and I would like the first thing that comes to your mind or your choice
How are we gonna do
of
this?
what I give you.
Because normally this is 1-on-1. Are we gonna?
I'm gonna ask the both of you.
Okay.
I'm gonna ask the both of you.
Okay.
So, off the top of your head, no? Your favorite piece of attire to a stance event?
Tracksuit broek, money slippers, and a black t-shirt.
You forgot your floppy there, no? Okay, we've completed.
Standard.
Please proceed.
My personal
Mm.
attire.
For you.
Sunglasses. Designer t-shirt,
Mm.
like locally designed.
Mm.
Pants is gonna depend on the weather.
Mm-hmm.
You can either come with Crocs
Mm-hmm.
or what most people prefer, some nice Nike sneakers.
Okay, cool. A watch or a chain?
Chain.
Watch.
Okay. Earrings or a hoodie?
A hoodie. For when it
Earrings.
gets cold.
Earrings.
Earrings.
A car or a motorbike?
Car.
Motorbike. Third bike specifically.
Third bike
What bike?
specifically.
Yes.
OEM or aftermarket?
OEM.
For me, no EM.
No EM.
No EM.
Okay, fair enough.
Originally modified aftermarket parts.
Okay, yeah. I need to turn that into a short for sure. Android or iPhone?
Droid.
You know the vibes.
They don't know the
iPhone.
iPhone.
Apple all
Okay.
the way.
Podcast or playlist in the morning?
Playlist.
Playlist.
You guys must get on the tune, bro. Check out the podcast, my guy.
Playlist.
Yeah, we do. That me personally,
Yeah.
I've been sitting and watching
Mm.
Brand with your brand, and
I appreciate it. Thank you very much to the both of you, and for
also
obviously taking the
a
time.
fan. I'm a fan of Deep Freak Media. I've
Yeah.
been a fan from
100%. I appreciate it.
But yeah, with my free time,
Mm.
when I sit
No,
down,
for sure.
I watch podcasts.
Okay. That is actually my next question. What do you do with your free time?
Garden.
One answer. What?
Garden.
Garden. Gardening or chill in the garden?
No garden. Like I've got a veggie garden that I'm actively growing at home. Veggie.
Okay.
Like, yeah.
Free time, anything goes. Whatever I can do, I do.
Mm. Would you rather be dying young with limitations or dying old knowing you completed everything you ever put out for yourself on your map of life?
Because I've you want to see the end product of what
Yeah.
you started. I would say, oh,
I'd say older, but for a different reason. I get to see my family for long.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That one was very unique. What's your favorite car brand?
who's mine?
Yeah.
Japan, Japanese.
No, that's a country. Give me a brand. Give me a brand.
My favorite brand is Nissan.
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 Volkswagen.
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 Your favorite engine ever built?
Myself or
No,
oh,
out of the factory.
out of the factory. Nissan Skyline R36.
And for you, sir?
I don't know what is the code name of it. I don't remember.
For me, I'd say normal stock Velo 1.4 motor.
I was gonna say now what's the code of it now again?
Like AUG or
AUG.
Graham, yeah, Graham, Psycho automotive.
Yeah.
Know that.
I need to get hold of Psycho
Psycho,
Automotive.
you
You-
guys know that, yeah, but
Yeah.
stock Velo motor.
Okay, no, for sure. Would you rather have yourself advertised by somebody or you prefer to do your advertising in-house? Advertising as a whole, so this is from A to Z.
In-house.
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 Yes.
Okay. What's your favorite car brand for PE at the moment?
VW.
Does this tie into my favorite car in PE at the moment? Does it tie into that?
Yeah, I'm gonna ask you that next.
Mazda.
Mazda. What's your favorite car at this present point in time? Doesn't have to be anybody in PE. Somebody that you're watching,
somebody's car.
somebody's car. Yeah.
I've never even thought that far.
Off the top of your head. Don't overthink it. Okay, skip.
I don't know who Sky is, and shout out to whoever Sky is. But I at what that show we went to for bullies at the Boardwalk, there was a orange JDM car.
Yes, you said you mentioned that car.
I love that car.
It's
I love that car. That car is
JP.
beautiful.
I think it's JP. JP is his name.
I think so.
A white guy, yeah?
Yes, but that car is beautiful. I
Yeah,
love that car.
JP.
Yo, I love that car. It's different. It's different.
I haven't actually put my attention to that.
I think I've got a picture. I
Yes.
don't know if I deleted the footage, but I'll show you afterwards. If it is him, then it is him. What is your favorite, or what would you prefer between stunts and spinning?
Stance.
Stunts.
What would you prefer between drag racing and a sound off, like the beat boxing?
I drag racing.
Drag racing.
Drag racing.
Drag racing.
Okay. Slow and chilled or fast?
Slow and
Slow
short.
and chill.
What's your favorite speaker maker?
Pioneer.
Rockford.
Rockford. Heavy. What's your favorite front loader? Brand. Alpine.
Knew it.
Yeah.
Can I quickly? Can I?
Go for
He's
it.
got a deck for however long I've known him now. For
I
all
saw
those-
it.
All those cars that he's bought and sold now. That's the only thing that remains. But
I saw it last week. We actually, yeah, you were with me, Moose. We saw it last week.
If the button is not red, it's blue.
I'd go with the Alpine as well. Just output and quality.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Definitely good sound quality. Shout out to Alpine.
Definitely shout out to Alpine. What is the dream?
The dream is to not necessarily fulfill all inhibitions, but to live life chasing those and to enjoy life chasing those, to get to spend a lot of time with family, friends, and loved ones and live wholesome, happy lives. That's the end goal for me.
I can agree with that one. Cause same.
Yes.
Okay.
Same.
WWE or boxing?
Boxing.
Boxing.
Who's your favorite boxer of all time?
For me, Manny.
Pacquiao.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like the underdog story.
Yeah, okay. I understand.
People that we're speaking about is only alive or
No.
All time. All time.
Muhammad Ali.
Muhammad Ali. Who's your favorite wrestler? WWE, AEW, doesn't matter.
Rey Mysterio.
Rey Mysterio.
Then for me, it would be Eddie.
Eddie Guerrero.
Yeah,
Yo.
yeah, man.
Peace, guys.
Yeah, man.
When did Rey Mysterio die?
The Rey Mysterio so passed away.
Yeah, he passed away.
Hey, R.I.P. Ray.
So I heard. I don't know if it's true, but I heard I saw a picture on social media also RIP to Rey Mysterio.
Okay, I haven't been a lot on social media since the podcasting, but I didn't know that. Apologies. No much trouble I got into with school and Eddie Guerrero, but it's a story for another time. It's a story for another time.
What's that play?
I lie and cheat.
No, man.
Nice to you.
Vida la rosa.
Viva la raza, yeah.
Just flamboyant.
Yeah.
Lekker.
So 15s or 17s for wheels.
15 for me.
Favorite tire size or profile?
45.
40s.
Where's this to be that guy? Any rate. This is it's really fun, but I'm just taking a jump around now, so we can move a little bit to your entertainment factors, more than the wrestling, etc. What's your favorite TV show?
My favorite TV show,
We're brothers.
The Rise and Fall of Old Trafford. Every Sunday.
I was crown champion. Seeing that you're bringing soccer up. Did you see me? Did you see me? Real Madrid, did you see me? Ryan, are you seeing this?
They to work because of soccer.
Hey, come on, my boss might see us in you. In any case, your favorite TV show?
I don't watch TV.
Not at all. Not Dragon Ball Z, The Golden Girls. I don't know.
I don't watch TV. Okay. If it's a series that I watch,
Series
Power.
is fine.
Power.
Power was also dope, 100%. Your favorite actor?
What's that guy's name? I always call these guys by the weird name.
Jason Statham.
This guy's name.
Or Statham, whatever.
I skip.
Skip.
Yeah.
Who's your favorite singer? Singer, not a rapper. I got 3 rapid questions for you coming up. Okay.
Favorite singer? No. Ask you this question.
Keep gold or silver?
Silver.
No.
Yeah. Tupac or Biggie?
Biggie.
Tupac.
Nas or Jay-Z?
Nas.
Nas.
Every day.
DMX or Ja Rule?
DMX all day, every day.
Yeah, RIP to DMX.
Hey.
So thanks guys. The reason why we do this is basically just to transfer a bit of who you are behind the scenes. You know, it's always a interesting thing, like you said, when people actually see you. Oh, it's you type of vibe. You know what I'm saying? But why we do this is so that people can have a little bit into you, not on your personal capacity, but just so that they can see you actually are a human being somewhere, not a robot. And also that it transfers the challenges of small business owners, because all of these stuff now that I've basically asked you to choose between take some time to get in, it takes some time to consume, it takes some time to get used to, etc. going forward, you know. So without a doubt, thank you very much for joining us on the Brag with Your Brand podcast. I really appreciate you guys taking the time to take the time. Just looking over my shoulder to one of the questions I just asked you now with being an owner operator. I don't know if that's the official word.
Yeah.
Just tell me if not. But I really appreciate you guys coming out. And yeah, I just want to always say this is like a personal note, completely off topic. If you know these guys, start getting into arguments or debate with them. It's hilarious, it's informative, it's warm, and it's always been a learning experience. Another thing, like maybe just off topic, is that the 3 of us are from 3 completely different worlds. When I say that, I mean like from the areas that we were born into, the lifestyles that we lead or have led in the past. But maybe in the beginning, it was like a little bit of didn't understand this guy. Who is this guy? He speaks too much, or he keeps on doing this type of vibe. But it's a symbolism of unity, I think, for the city. I'm not trying to tell you that this is my like they say they call each other every morning or something like that. But I just think like one of the things that we're also trying to achieve on the podcast is to show or showcase rather the different talents and the different skill sets we have from certain individuals in the Bay. Obviously, as I've been saying on the podcast, I really appreciate everybody that's taken the time to have a seat. I appreciate everybody that's watching the episodes, that comment down below, like the videos, you know, sub to the channel, all those beautiful things. Everybody that's still on the way, please bear with me. I'm also an owner, operator, and I still have a full-on day job. Don't worry, boss, I'll be there on time tomorrow. I'm just saying. But on a serious note, really thank you to each and every single one of you guys. And before we get out of here, today is actually the first episode of season 2. So let us know down in the comment section what you guys think of the different layout. It's getting a bit late now, so obviously we're losing light very fast. And it's also a sponsored episode, proudly sponsored by the Neighborhood Bar and Grill out in Stanley Street.
Shout out to Liam.
Yeah, shout out to Liam. I'm gonna have a pop-up over here. I hope I get this right in the editing, but they've got amazing food and drink specials. Obviously, over 18 only. Enjoy responsibly, and we're gonna be out of here. So thank you again, guys. Appreciate your time.
Thank you for having us.
All right.
Thank you,
Shut
Josh.
my guy,
Thank you,
ne?
thank you.
Oh,
Can I quickly steal a second?
Oh,
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah.
I forgot to say.
Yeah, we
You wanna
just
shout out
personally,
anybody?
Yeah, we just want to take us time to say thank you everybody for the support. We truly appreciate it, whether you support Spigerish, whether you support
Shout out to
Fourone,
everyone who
whether you
supported.
support Indeed Freak as well. We also would like to congratulate you on your venture and wish you all the best for your podcast going forward, along with your other ventures as well.
Thank you very much.
To you guys in PE, I'd like to give big shout outs to the Flip Mode Squad. Thank you for your support, guys. Police, thank you for putting PE back on the map, guys. Raju from Side Hustle, thank you for pushing us nationally, guys. There's a bunch of people in PE with super talents. We've got the capacity, capability to turn PE into South Africa's stance. When I say the stance hub in South Africa, it means that we've got the flair, we've got the personalities, we've got the cast, guys. We've got the skill and the talent here. All we need to do is just collaborate more, push in unison. We'll show them. We'll show those South Africa flames. For one flames.
For one flame.
Young Spigerish.
Yeah.
all the way.
I apologize for that. Normally I give everybody opportunity for the shoutouts, but I really appreciate the words, bro.
I take my opportunity.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. I appreciate it.
Opportunity is a price.
Hey, and don't forget the guy behind the camera there undefeated, bro. Whether you in for videos, photographies, 21st,
All your
weddings,
photography needs.
all your media needs, you'll find a way to do it. Don't worry, you'll find a way to do it there.
And
Thank you very much.
videos also.
Hey,
Music
also got the
videos.
broke boys, nah?
You shoot videos also now, did you hear?
Yeah.
My famous friends list is like just.
Look at guys, you must leave Sugars alone. Sugars is the only photographer in PE outside of my wedding photographer. Very, very special guy. The photonic elements, family photography, big up guys.
Okay.
Sugars is the only guy in PE who's got me on phone. Other than that, I'm incognito.
Isn't that one to keep on blackmailing you with? Yeah, yeah. No, I've got it one. Don't worry, don't worry. But thanks everybody again. Much appreciated. Brag with your Brain podcast. We out here.
Love guys.